All right, welcome back to A Journey Through My Brain. And yes, it's been a couple weeks since we've been on here, and I am happy to be back. A lot has changed in the last couple weeks, so we've got definitely some updates to give, and let's get started. My name is Paul. I am the host of A Journey Through My Brain, and yes, I have not been here as much as I'd like to be, but we are very, very busy. Getting ready for, well, first of all, we just had a storm go through here within the last couple weeks. And yes, we've had a little bit of cleanup to do around the farm. So, yes, that has been taking up some time. Just the normal day to day activities. Well, I only get to the farm about once a week on the weekends typically. So sometimes we'll get down there Friday night, stay Saturday. Sometimes I'll get down there Saturday, stay till Sunday. Just got a lot of work to do helping out the parents. But one of the big things that, as I said, happened this last week, we had some pretty good storm damage in the area, and we lost a few trees that are now laying in the yard area. And along with that, a yard that takes about 5 hours to mow was not able to be mowed this last weekend just because of all the debris from the storm. There's just absolutely no way to take care of that mess that we had. In fact, let me drop in here. I'm going to see if this works on with the audio. Let me just jump over here real quick. Yep, the audio still remains, which is good. And let me switch my desktop here so I can actually show you what's going on. So not to that one. I'm actually using a little bit different setup than I'm used to for this show because unfortunately when I was in the La Crosse area this last weekend, I literally forgot my main computer at my in-laws house. So guess what? I do not have a computer today to be working with, but I think that is okay. I am showing that we are going to survive at least this week without it. So as you notice here, we got some debris here on the ground that my wife was so diligently cleaning up. Right over here was a black walnut tree, so walnuts everywhere within a 30-foot radius of this tree because the wind was just blowing so hard. Let's see. Right here, front yard. Well, this is the side yard. This was a pear tree that is in the side here. Had this snap off. Let's see, what else did we have? Oh, this big limb from the pine tree. We have a row of pine trees here that kind of a windbreak on the west side of the house and the north side of the house. And this is probably a good at least 20-foot long section, maybe even slightly longer, that just happened to blow off. There's the house itself. It's a very stable house, sustained the winds pretty good, but here we got another tree that broke off here about halfway up, laying here in the yard. Some more damage here on these two trees. So we did get a lot of wind damage from this storm. Another one this one just broke off halfway up. There's another view from the house area of the trees that are down. So, and that is a picture of Sunday's trip to Devil's Lake. So yes, I did have lots going on this weekend. Let me switch back over to the main screen here If I can find it again, let's go with number 2 and wipe that across. So, a lot of things going on. Clean up from the storm, visiting dad in the nursing home, and family reunion on my wife's side of the family. They have an annual family reunion every year, yes, as the annual states. And we were able to go this year. I think it was we might have gone once in the last, since we had moved to Tennessee, but now that we're back, we'll continue going to those. But it's been for the most part, it's been about 12 years since we've been to one. As I said, we might have been to one. Kind of hard to remember that far back if we truly had been there. So that family reunion's been going on consecutively for the last 50 years. So it was great to participate and see a lot of family. So, what have I been doing besides all that? So, besides all that fun that we were having this weekend of cleaning up, next weekend will be the process of mowing that nice big yard and also doing some other maintenance. I did some maintenance on the tractor this week also. Let's see. See if I can pull that up here. That's actually an interesting one. Let's see here. So if I could go back here. And I am going to, yes, let me flip this over here. There's the great old tractor that we've got on the farm. Let's get me out of there. I thought I had I'll have to get a picture-in-picture set up here. But here's a tractor that we've got running on the farm. Just a little bit of a walk through. So I did get some more coolant put in there this weekend. Got a lot of antifreeze, 50-50 mixture for the Minnesota weather here. But got that up and going so we could do some brush removal, some more brush removal. And a lot of work around the farm. So that was my project for that. Let's see here. So yes, it's been a very, very busy week. Coming up this week, we also will be heading down, and since we missed a week on mowing the yard, we'll be going back and mowing the yard, spending some time doing that. And the vegetables are starting to come in the garden. We've got zucchini, broccoli, some turnips coming. Corn is looking great, standing tall, especially after this wind. A lot of pumpkins. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to shoot up a little bit of B-roll on that this weekend, so you guys can at least see the garden and everything like that. Tomatoes are coming in good, both cherry tomatoes, pear tomatoes, and the regular slicers. So we've got a lot of vegetables coming in amongst all this other work we've been doing. So we are happy that we can at least have some fruit of our labor providing us some sustenance here. So let's see what else. Another thing, Journey Through My Brain will soon be online with its own website. Yes, Journey Through My Brain will be online with its website. Right now, it's just got a placeholder website from Hostinger. Yes, Hostinger is not a sponsor of the show, but that's where I have my websites hosted. So the Journey Through My Brain will be live shortly. I am finishing up putting together the website. I am in the middle of right now. I know a little bit of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, at least enough to get me in trouble. The big thing is I'm taking a course. It is a 61.5-hour course through Udemy. Udemy is not a sponsor of this show. And I have learned so much more, and I am ready to dig in with a brand new website. I am creating the website for the Journey Through My Brain. I also have a website at wertanen.com. That is WERTANEN.com. That is where my photography is. I'm still working on that. At least if you go to the portfolio section of that, you'll see some pictures that I have taken around the country, but mostly out on the farm. I do mostly landscape photography, wildlife photography. I am hoping to get some nighttime photography in, some astrophotography and whatnot. So you can at least see some of my work, see what I've put together there. Most of the website is not working the way I intended it to work because I just never took the time to finish putting it together. But yes, the portfolio does work, and it will be revamped now that I am up and running and programming a little bit more. I am going to get that running much better. So along with wertanen.com, Journey Through My Brain, those are my two websites that I have. That will be up fully functional very soon. I am working on another YouTube channel, Sisu2 Success, SISU number 2 Success, all one word. And that is kind of more of a professional level channel, but I will have a website with that too. If you go to sisu2success.com, you can see that page. A little wordy at the moment. And yes, before anybody screams, there is spelling errors. There is grammatical errors. But it is up and running because I just wanted to make sure it was working. I will be also fixing that. Geez, it sounds like I need a team of workers around here just to help me get some of this stuff caught up. But, you know, I enjoy doing it. So I enjoy going down to the farm and working. I enjoy working on the computer. I'll sit there and program on the website. So I'll do some HTML, CSS, and JavaScript while I'm sitting there in the watching TV in the evening. So I'll be doing some of that. I actually do some of the graphics for some of the shows while I'm sitting watching TV in the evenings. Not this week, however, because my main computer that I use for that type of work is still in La Crosse, Wisconsin. But lo and behold, we are making progress. And did I tell you I also have a 40-hour-a-week job? Well, you know, one way to success, one way to getting what you want, one way to making it all work is doing it. You feel you don't have time to get something done or to do this or that, you have more time than you think you do. As I said, I could spend a couple hours in front of the TV in the evenings. What do? I'm usually on the computer doing some work or one form or another. However, when it's family time, when we've got to go out to, let's say, a family reunion like we did this last weekend, or if I go down to the farm and do some work, that is family time. I don't typically get online and work all this. I am going to be doing shooting some B-roll and different things like that, shooting some video for my channels down at the farm of different projects I'm working on, showing the garden, different things like that, and then bringing it back to this channel because I think that is important for you guys to see that I'm out there doing this stuff. Not just talking about it, but I'm actually out there participating and getting the job done. Let's see what else we have here. Just so much going on. So yes, we've got the websites are coming up, and Oh, I was hoping to be able to bring you some news of when my surgery is coming up. And as of right now, I do not know. Checked again this yesterday, and the doctor's schedule for October now is not out yet. I was hoping to be in surgery this month, no later than next month, but so far it is pushing out to October because he is a busy man, the surgeon is. Yes, I will be having open heart surgery coming up in hopefully early October. As soon as his calendar opens up, his schedule gets opened up, I will be the first, hopefully, to get scheduled and get in, hopefully, early in October. Yes, I am being cracked open for open heart surgery. Have to have the a valve replaced, aortic valve. My valve, aortic valve, which is a bicuspid valve. Usually the heart valves are what they call tricuspid. So there's three flaps on your valve to open and close as your heart beats to allow for one direction of blood flow. I have a bicuspid valve. Bicuspid valves don't last as long as tricuspid valves, and mine has failed. So where a lot of people get blood going in one direction, I got blood going in both directions. Up to, I think the last I heard was something like 48% of my blood is actually backflowing in my heart. And yeah, so it needs to be replaced. Slowing me down a little bit. I get out of breath a lot. Just can't do all the physical activity that I used to do. But nonetheless, I will continue to working at the farm all the way up till surgery time. And yes, it sounds bad when you say heart failure. Yes, I do have heart failure. It is classified as that. But yes, the heart is still pumping, it's still working. Not as efficiently as we'd like it to be. In fact, about 50% efficiency right now. But I still can continue on. I work full time. I go out to the farm, do what I can, mostly riding on tractors and lawnmowers and doing just lightweight work. Take the weed trimmer out and trim around the garden and stuff with the weed trimmer and around the other trees and things that I need to do with that. But I try to avoid all the really strenuous work because that just isn't really that good for the ticker. And yes, so hopefully October. I would like to get that done as early in October as I could possibly get, mainly because work wants me to go to California in December. So I anticipate getting 3 weeks of time in California, getting some training done there. But work is hoping that I can be in good enough shape then. That's why I'd like to get the surgery done as early in October as possible, just so I can be recovered enough to do that. When you have an open heart surgery, especially the kind that I'm having, it takes about 6 to 8 weeks of recovery time for somebody of my physical conditions. So early October, I should be able to just slide in and, as of right now, make the trip. Now, if I have to postpone the trip, we'll have to postpone the trip. But we are still hoping and planning on getting in to that surgery early in October. And I will do everything in my possible capabilities to ensure that I am ready enough to go on that trip. I may be bringing my wife along just to help me out, if at all possible. Well, I know it'll be possible. 3 weeks is a long time, but for her to be gone from the house here, but I think we can make it swing. At least for part of the trip, she can come out and then maybe has to fly back home later, a little bit earlier than I do. We'll see. Just see how everything progresses. But that is the biggest updates I've got. Yeah. So I am not going to hang on here too long today. I feel that I have covered everything that I wanted to cover. Um, I will be hopefully demonstrating my websites next week, uh, or next time I am on on live here, and if all goes well, we'll get those in. I like to do live shows just because, I want to show you guys that it is possible to go live, or just have a YouTube channel in general. I do not like to edit, so I do as little as possible of editing. So if you hear me make mistakes and whatnot, that's all genuine. I am going to leave those in. That's why I do kind of a live format instead of just doing recordings, because you're going to hear what I've got to say. You're going to hear every stumble, mumble, and bumble, and I hope that you learn from it. Say, hey, you know what? I could do that too. Don't be afraid to try something new. YouTube is not a scary place. Just get out here and tell your story. Years ago when I was first starting in YouTube, I asked the question of my the crew that I would call my mentors, and I said, "What makes me the expert? Why would somebody want to sit here and listen to me?" And it was almost as if they stopped their live show dead in the tracks and said, "You know what? I don't want to hear that, because you are the expert to somebody. There will always be somebody that has less knowledge than you on your subject. Yes, I am a expert in a couple different fields here, and I consider myself an expert in electronics and different things like that. Yes, I've been to school for it. I've been to school for business. I have a bachelor's degree in business. I have my associate's degree was in healthcare technology. So I work with all the medical, over the last 20 years, I've worked with extensive number of medical equipment in various hospitals and clinics throughout the country. So I do have an expertise at some things. I do have expertise in some office software. I love Excel. I can't say I'm an expert in programming, though I would say HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are probably my two favorite things to program. I would love to be able to do a little bit more Python, taking courses. Struggle a little bit with that. Being a 30-year photographer, I've got photography experience I can bring to people and kind of help newcomers. So, you don't have to be perfect to start YouTube. You just have to start. And that's the only way you're going to get successful in YouTube or in anything you do. Just start. That is my message for this week. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next time on The Journey Through My Brain. Enjoy.